Hey everybody, this is Jen. And so, since you're on my own personal Facebook page, you already know who I am. So, I don't need to fully introduce myself, but I do these little videos for my work and then I call them Living Open. And so, today I thought I would do one a little bit fresh and raw for my um, friends because I feel like I put it all together in a pretty package for work, and I think that that's important. And I think that oftentimes people look at me and say, she has it all together. And I think that's just true mostly. Like, I like myself, my life is good, I have it all together. And, like, it doesn't mean I don't feel bad or some of the time. So today's episode is called No, It's Nobody's Fault and It Still Feels Bad, or 30-minute run is what I want to call it. So either one of those titles, whichever one seems to serve you best. So what happened is we're away for the weekend, and I still had to work, but we decided to go away for the weekend, and then I would work from the cabin that we're at, and we chose to do that. So my husband is doing school, and he was doing school for a good part of the morning. Then we played for a large part of the afternoon, sitting by the water, outdoors in the mountains, and then we came back, and I had to work, and then there was like a little stressful work piece because the internet wasn't working, and I had to do a group without fully being able to see everybody all the time, only hearing people, and that was challenging. And when it was done, I said I want to go on a 30-minute run, and I'll be back just real quick and we can go about our game night or whatever. And it was met with a crap ton of disappointment from everybody. And like, that's a legitimate response, right? Disappointment, like that's what is expected. If you were going to say what emotion fits this, it would be disappointed. And however, it's still hard because I'm sensitive and I want to go on a run and I want to be supported. And so in that moment, what I wanted was like, oh, that sucks, like we're gonna miss you for a minute, and that makes sense that you're doing the thing that you love to do, and that you would want to do that after you worked, and we drove all this way, and et cetera, et cetera. And after everything you do, like homeschooling all morning every day in a pandemic, and then cleaning, and then shopping, and then doing this and all the 100 million things that a mom does. And it's not like I have a partner who does a lot of those things too, so I'm not like minimizing what he does or minimizing what the kids do, because we're all in this together, right? So they have their disappointment in that moment that I'm gonna go somewhere first, and I have my disappointment in that moment because I want it to sound like, good job, mom, like go do your thing and we'll be here waiting and come back. And that's not what happens. Like, that's not what happens in the real world, and definitely not what happens in a pandemic, because mom is like the one who creates the safety, in the family, at least in my family. And I come from a long line of matriarchs in my Portuguese family, and the mom is like the center, of the family. And my grandmother was like that, my mom is like that, my great-grandmother was like that, and on both sides. And so I know that I have a big part that I play in my family, as we all do. And in a pandemic, if I'm going to go run away like for a while, that doesn't feel as nice or as safe or as supported. And so even though like it all makes sense, they're disappointed, I'm disappointed, my husband's disappointed, like it feels like a big ball of shit. Like, and that's what I don't always say. Like, I fluff that up a little. So, and in the group I call it yurda, yurda, yurda. It's like everything went well, like, and it still feels like crap. And so here I am on a run, but I'm also doing these things, which I may or may not share because I do a lot of video journaling or audio journaling, or just dictation when I don't have my journal, and I run with my phone in case I need to be reached up in the mountains. So maybe or maybe not I'll share it, but I don't edit anything when I do because it's live and uncensored and imperfect, and authentic, just like me. And so I think that that's the piece that I'm really feeling driven to share during this time, because one of the things I love, like there are so many things I love about me, and so many things like with anything that bug you about yourself, but what I love about me is I don't like tie a lot of shameful meaning to things, and so I don't mind like showing people that I'm imperfect, because I think that during those moments when other people are imperfect, I feel really safe and secure. And I remember having a friend, you'll know who you are, who said, are we at the point in our relationship where we don't have to like pretend that we clean our car, like that we don't have to hide from each other or apologize for our messy cars or houses? And it was like so refreshing, because it's like, no, like why would you ever do that? I love a messy house, a lived-in house. It makes me feel like, yeah, like home, it's like home from home. I don't like a glass house with all white. It makes me feel like I have to like move about just so to have everything be, okay. And I really like just allowing myself to move about the world how I do. And so now I've gone on my run, and I feel better, and I'm sitting at the top of this gazebo at the top of the mountain here, and it's like really heavenly, and I enjoy it. And I'm going to go back, and I'm going to play games, and it's going to be great. And I'm sure we're going to have a beautiful, intimate moment of hugging and understanding, and like everything is beautiful, like, and I know it's going to be like that, and it still feels bad. And so I think about all of those things, whatever your thing is. Like, I used to think I don't mind disappointing others. I remember when I was younger, I'm like, that's not my issue. Like, people would say that all the time. My issue is disappointing people, and I hate that. And I'll be like, that's not my issue. But really, it is an issue of mine. It doesn't stop me, I will disappoint others to do what I think is fair or right or just or healthy for myself or for someone else or for an organization. Like, whatever that is that I believe in, I will do that thing, and I will disappoint others. And it's hard, so it's all of the things. And so I'm feeling all of the emotions, and now I feel like in a spiritual place at the top of a mountain in a gazebo, and there's so much space for all of these emotions, and I am grateful, that I disappointed others in this healthy way, and that for anybody else out there who's having a hard time disappointing others or disappointing yourself or feeling like a stranger to yourself in some moments, or struggling with a pandemic, and not having enough connection to someone else or to this or to that or whatever. Like, for me, it's like not enough connection to myself. If I just get a quiet moment on a mountain more often, I would feel like so good. And trying to find that, knowing that other people will hurt as I step away, is hard. And so today, the invitation, which I like to give at the end of all these little videos, is go ahead and disappoint everybody in a beautiful way. And it's so great. Disappoint your children in a beautiful and healthy way, because the world is going to disappoint them so much. We're all so disappointed in some ways right now, and there's nothing wrong. You cannot hide that from them. You cannot hide that from yourself or from each other. Disappointment exists, and there are beautiful and lovely and compassionate ways to navigate that. And whatever that is your struggle. And you don't have to feel bad, about it. And if you do feel bad about it, you can still show up in a beautiful way, feeling bad about it. And so today, take good care of yourself, and we're all moving through this together. And I see you universally, people, and we're all doing it. And even if we're inspiring and have all this inspiration and the beauty inside, it doesn't take away the pain or the ache or the hard part. And I feel like I feel really inspired. I'm really introverted. I like a lot about this pandemic, having time in silence and time of less busyness and time with my family. There's so much I love, and it's still hard. Like, there are elements that feel really good, and it doesn't take away the elements that feel really hard. And so love yourself a little more today and every day if you can. And I'll be thinking about you. All right, take good care. Bye.